Hello and welcome back to the start of a weekend bonus doubleheader with me, Daniel. It's Season 6, Episode 2, the last season we're going to be playing before we move to FM19 and the beta will come out. And as you can see from this screen, the reason we're starting here is this episode could end somewhere else. We're now the favourites for the Boa Vista job, the job I want so desperately. They were a big club when we were growing up, had such a great kit, and I really want to manage them just for a one-season wonder. They've just been promoted back to the Portuguese Premier League in this game, and I'd love to have my final season there at the club, despite the fact they've got a little bit of financial difficulty and a few other things. That doesn't stop me wanting it. A quick reminder, this is the first of a doubleheader this weekend, so there will be another episode out from the head coach tomorrow at 4:30, so make sure you check that one out. And before we carry on here, I'm giving you one last chance if you haven't yet seen Thursday's episode to go back and look, because there's about to be a spoiler in terms of results. So let's go back and have a look at it. We obviously played our first leg of our Champions League game, the first qualifying round against Baník Ostrava, a huge 3-star professional club, a name that's quite reputable in Europe. Played in various group stages against English teams over the years on TV and things like that. So definitely a big club. Had players on 10 grand a week, worth a lot of money. And we managed to win 2-1 in the home leg. They did nick a late away goal, which has put us under a bit of pressure and probably means we won't win this one. But it is a great position to be in, and we're going to get into this first game. Nothing's happened off the pitch in the last week, no transfers or anything like that. The only thing I would mention is that we're in for a goalkeeper, a backup keeper. I normally wouldn't mention this, but he's a Frenchman. We haven't had one foreign player join the club yet since we were here. When we came to the club, Kotou was already here, the Central African. But to have a Frenchman coming in who spent his whole career in Montpellier until last summer would be a really interesting signing, and you can see he looks fairly decent, so we wouldn't have any complaints. But let's get into this game. We're heavy underdogs. We're not expecting to get a result whatsoever. We'll go and have a look at the team we've got out today. Just the one change, I think. We've got an injury to Paul Smith on the right wing, so Michael Thompson comes in for him. We've got a line-up with Johns in goal, Kane and Stevenson the fullbacks. McManus and Robinson continue at centre-half after their brilliant performance in the first leg. Thompson's the one who's come in on the right wing. I normally bring Dooley in, but Thompson's got that pace, and away from home, we just want to have a go with it and see what happens. Miss Kelly and Klukas in the middle again, but Klukas we're going to be wary of because he had a poor game in the first leg. Burns on the left, if I haven't mentioned him already, and Hannah and McMahon have another go together up front. The bench includes first team stalwarts last year, like Dooley, like McManus, Harkin, McKellany, so you can see we've already improved the squad with the 3 signings this summer. Our director of football, say what you want about his judging player ability, his judging potential is sensational, and the players he's managed to bring in at 18 or 19 are already good enough for the first team. But let's get into this game. It will determine which competition we're going to be in for our second of our doubleheader today. Costello's going to get a squad number. He's the man who's come onto the bench as a result to the injury to Smith. Thompson moving into the team and etc. We're playing with a 4-4-2 again. We're going to encourage them because it worked brilliantly last time. However, we're going to go very defensive this time. We're going to go back to counter-attacking. We're going to be more disciplined and we're going to stick to positions. We don't normally have that stick to positions on, but it will work this time. We want to run at the defence. We still want to go more direct because that's exactly where our 2 goals came from. One was a howler at the back from Baník Ostrava, but they both came from long punted clearances. I can see we've got a tunnel interview coming, so let's see what it is. The absence of Paul Smith they're talking about again. They've got an absence as well in the middle, but I think he missed the first leg too. So let's get into it and see what we can pull off. Not too much to talk about in terms of off the pitch today, bar that move to Boa Vista, that could be going through. Mixing up the bees there. They're coming forward early on. They've got the ball on the right. The same fullback that gave us a goal in the first leg. But unfortunately for them, his header's cleared away. We'll be more than happy with that though. But after 30 seconds, they already look very dangerous. Here's the new man's Thompson on the right-hand side. I say new man into the team. He's not new to the club. He's been here since January. Here they come with a throw-in on the right, just over 10 minutes in. They've got the ball with the fullback. He seems to be a lot more attacking than he was in the first leg. Probably so he's away from their goal where he seemed to be quite a threat for us last time out. But they're coming forward on the left. Lyndon Kane again, the captain clears long. McMahon can get Hannah in and we're in 1-on-1, are we? Their keeper reads it very quickly and gets out to the edge to clear. And they're going to survive and now they're bringing it forward themselves. Quen over the halfway line. They had those 3 who were a danger in the last game. I can't see Svabova who scored the goal for them. He was a really good player. He scored an absolute screamer if you didn't catch the last episode. They've got the ball on the edge to Quen now and there it is surely. No! He's put it a long way over. He missed that by a country mile. Wasn't expecting to see that. I thought the net was going to ripple there, but they've got it right back again, and hopefully he does something awful. He passes it across his own goal, but he gets away with it this time, and they're going to bring it over halfway, and you can see what the pattern of this game's going to look like. Having said that, that Quen shot's been the only chance so far. He's given a penalty. What's happened there? We didn't look like we'd even fouled him. There was nothing happening. And out of nowhere, the big team gets the refereeing decision. I don't know what Chris Johns is doing. He was standing by the goalpost by the time the penalty had been taken. And unfortunately, it's 1-0, and as it stands, we're going out on away goals. I have no idea why the penalty was given there. And I really hope Baník Ostrava win by 3 or 4, because if we go out to that, I'm going to be absolutely livid. They've got him behind again with Nozek. It's a great challenge by the centre-half, and Klukas can bring it away. Long ball over. Hannah's in. If we can get an away goal, this changes everything. He's put it just wide. Oh, it was such a good chance. We're not going to get many today, and we've really got to take them. Hannah was really disappointing in the first game, and he's not been much better so far today. And there's only so long I can persist with him, with McManus sitting there on the bench, and Danny Burke not even in the squad. McManus clears the ball away, but it's a matter of time. They are absolutely all over us. They've only had one shot more, which was the goal, and the penalty as it was, but they've still had 2/3 of the possession, and they're dominating the play just outside our box. Quen again on the edge. They've worked it away, but Thompson clears well, and it's becoming a game of containment for us. Just 10 minutes or so to half-time. They've got to throw in again as they build an attack. I mean, we do look like, if we get the Boa Vista offer, I'm going to be honest, we're going to accept it now. It's an absolute dream to go and manage at a club like that, a fallen giant. And even if we have 1 year, just to make sure we keep them up, keep them steady. And if we can do a little cup run or something like that, I don't know what the cup situations are in Portugal, but it would be a really nice and interesting place to go for a year. I don't think I've ever managed in Portugal in this game as well. I think I thought about it once before a few years ago. I think it was Benfica who had some really hot prospects. But we haven't ever played with them really. We haven't played in the country. We definitely haven't played in that league. And it would be such a nice thing to finish on, another random one. As McMahon's in 1-on-1, he shoots it straight at the keeper. If he'd have finished like he did in the last leg, we would have been back going through as it stands. But unfortunately, we're still going out at the moment. But Hannah's in again. The defence looks ropey for them. Hannah tries to shoot from distance and it's straight at the keeper. We've had our chances in this game. We've actually had more shots on target. But unfortunately, it's not been so far for us. We've only had 28% possession, but it's quite clear that our threat's on the break entirely. It is half-time and we're 1-0 down due to a very dodgy penalty decision, and that's the only thing sending us out so far. The boys have played well, so they'll get plenty of praise from us, and hopefully in the second half we can pull off something special on the counter-attack. But they're coming forward early doors. If it is to be the last episode at Coleraine, I just want to say a massive thanks to the club, because this has been one of the most enjoyable seasons. I said it on Thursday. One of the most enjoyable seasons last season I've had in Football Manager for years. We've really enjoyed managing in a new league. The young prospects coming through, allowing us to develop a club. The director of football doing everything right. Certainly in terms of the head coach, it's the most enjoyable we've had this year. Bognor Regis in the first year was good. We didn't particularly enjoy. We had a love-hate affair with Dover. But this one's been brilliant for us. And if we do move on to Boa Vista, they'll have to do very well to top this. What a season it was last year. And if we could leave them a gift of somehow snatching a win on aggregate against Baník Ostrava, to beat them on one day is great, but to beat them over a two-legged tie would be such a huge statement for this young team. And I just hope if I do leave that the director of football, head of youth development, or the chairman, whoever it ends up being, don't sell off all our young prospects who have done so well for the club. Baník Ostrava coming forward again. We've only had 5 minutes in this second half and we've seen them with 2 or 3 attacks already. A great shot from 25 yards which John makes a good save. Miss Kelly clears away and it looks like it's going to be a very long half for us. And I don't look like we're going to get a goal. I think it's just hanging on damage limitation. We can see the hoardings advertising FM18 there in the ground. Not something you'd probably see in the Czech Republic in real life. But certainly for us, in just a few days' time as it is now, we're recording on Saturday, we've got a penalty. Stop the clock. We'll talk about that in a minute. Aaron Burns has got a penalty. He's had an absolutely appalling game. Please, just score this one. He does. We're going through as it stands. It's 3-2 on aggregate. What a fantastic time to come back. It was a dodgy penalty decision as well, but 2 dodgy penalties are the only goals so far in this game. And with this goal, it means even if Ostrava score again, we're still going to get to go to extra time. And what a fantastic achievement that will be against such a big club in comparison. It shows just how far we've come in a year with those signings in January and our younger players developing. The fact that last year where we got battered by young boys, who yes are slightly better, but a very similar reputation team, and we've managed to pull off this sort of performance. Even if we go out now, we've done so well in this game. And they are coming in again, but Kane heads away. Thompson to Hannah. Can we break? If we can get 2, we're definitely through. If Hannah can get the ball forward, he can't. He's so slow on it. And now they're in 1-on-1. Surely they'll score from this. They have. And we've now got 15 minutes to hang on just to get to extra time. I don't know why I get so optimistic. It always goes wrong. We'll make some subs now. McMahon's had a shocker after his first leg heroics. Hannah will go into the target man role. Miss Kelly's been poor, so Harkin's experience comes on. I think he's a good deep line playmaker anyway. He is. So we'll leave him in that role. Burns has been poor despite the penalty, but I want to take him off. McManus again's not had a good game, but again, not the sort of player I want to be taken out. So I'm going to take Michael Thompson off the youngster. He's not match fit. We'll bring on some more experience in Dooley. And that's what it's about in the midfield now, getting experienced legs on. Burns has got a free kick on the edge. It deflects to Harkin. What a finish that is. Kieran Harkin has made it 2-2. It looks like we're going through as it stands. We're 4-3 up on aggregate, and just with a few minutes to go, Ostrava now need 2 to get through. 1's not enough. We'll go through on away goals. This is looking fantastic for us. Long clearance away, and we've just got to hold on for dear life now. It would be the perfect leaving gift, and if we don't get the Boa Vista job, it would be the perfect setup for the season. I'm so proud of this performance. It shows just how far this side's come. And Coleraine are doing really well here. Hopefully we can hang on. The ball's into the box and Nozek, it's hit the bar. And that's the bit of luck we're going to need if we're going to hang on in this game. They're going to throw everything at us now. Look at the formation they're playing. It's basically a 4-2-4. The 2 wingers right up there with the front 2. We're going to have to hang on for dear life here. The ball's come into the box from the long kick. Knocked down, but it's offside and we've got a free kick with just 8.5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Chris Johns with a long kick upfield. It's to absolutely no one, but Dooley's going to get there. If we can get a third, we will start to celebrate. The ball's into the box, but it's straight at the keeper. What a performance this has been so far. If we can just hold out for these 10 or so minutes, given extra time as well, it'll be absolutely brilliant. But they're in again. It's a good save the first time, but they've got the second. We're going to relent now. We're going to drop all the way to defensive. We can't hold on anymore in a more attacking formation. It's all backs to the wall now. Burns has got a free kick. He has the shot. It's just wide. If we could hang on for these 5 minutes, it'll be fantastic. But either way, what a performance it's been. The ball into the box. Stevenson heads away. The ball's come onto the left-hand side again. It's been kept in, but Stevenson will clear. I thought we had absolutely no chance in this game. So as it stands, to be going through with 4 minutes left shows just how well we've competed against a high-quality professional side. And they've got the ball on the edge again. Nozek with a shot. It's blocked by McManus. He's had a poor game. He made a mistake earlier on, but he's been a colossus in the last 10 minutes or so. The corner comes in. It's headed away again by McManus. Ball to the edge of the box. They've shot again, but it's straight at Johns. And this is going to be such a nervous few minutes. As it stands, we're going through on away goals, but can we hold out for 3 minutes or 2 minutes plus stoppage time now? McManus is beaten to it again over the top. The cross in, and there it is. It's short-lived, and they're going to be through. Oh, McManus again is the man who's lost out. He's rated 4.6 now. I've paused it to go all-out attack just to see what happens. We're so close against such a big team, but at the last minute it's just gone wrong. I can't fault the boys. It's a shame McManus has picked today to have a shocker, and I probably should have taken him off. But we've been absolutely fantastic. It doesn't change how proud I am. If we get a poor team in the Europa League, we should be getting through no problems. And what a performance the boys have put up. With 3.5 more minutes of stoppage time to go, one more chance and we could just nick a result. McManus with a free kick on the left, switches it out to Dooley. Dooley into Clucas. It's one last chance to get in behind, but the ball's gone awry. Dooley with a crossing. It's Hannah! We've scored! How has that gone in? What a ball in from Dooley. And the strike. We'll talk about an important first goal for the club. That was an absolutely hammer strike. Yes, it was straight at the keeper. Yes, he should have saved it, but he didn't. It went straight at him. He got a claw to it, but it went in the top left-hand corner after the deflection off the keeper. And we are going through on away goals. And after we let in the 4th goal, I would never in a million years have predicted that. Clucas' cross is blocked. Burns finds Clucas again. The clearance is away and we're still on attacking. I haven't even changed it. I've been so excited. But surely this will be it now. Hannah's got it in the corner and it's cleared. And surely the whistle's got to go. It has. We're through on away goals against Banik Ostrava, an absolute giant in comparison to us. I am absolutely gobsmacked we've managed to nick that one. What a fantastic result. And if it is to be our last game at the club, you could not have asked for anything more. Let's see what they've said about the game. We win in the first qualifying round, of course we do. We've triumphed in the second leg despite losing the game. We'll ignore the press conference for now. We've had a couple of friendlies cancelled because we've drawn Malmö FF of Sweden, another 3-star club, another big professional club with a rich history. And again, we're going to have to pull off the same miracle if we want to get through. Let's go and have a quick look at their squad. Not quite as valuable in terms of players, but a much deeper squad of good players. It's going to be another really difficult tie, but I am absolutely drained from that one. What a performance it was. We've beaten Baník Ostrava over 2 legs. We'll be back in a week's time either at our new club Boa Vista or with a Malmö tie to look forward to for Coleraine in Northern Ireland. What a turn up for the books this has been. We'll see you in a minute for that one. Okay, we're back. We're still at Coleraine. We're playing Malmö away in the first leg of the second qualifying round of the Champions League, following that remarkable last game against Baník Ostrava. I don't think I've ever had a better game than that on Football Manager. That's just an absolutely ridiculous tie overall. Let's go and look at the team we've put out today. How could I change anything after the last one? I know McManus had a shocker, but we had a little private chat and he was absolutely fine. We haven't got Smith available still, so Thompson keeps his place. I can't drop him. Dooley made an impact off the bench, but Thompson did just as well beforehand. It means we've got Johns in goal, Kane and Stevenson fullback with McManus and Robinson in the middle, Thompson and Burns on the wings, Clucas and Miss Kelly in the middle, Hannah and McMahon up front. Let's get into it. If we get any sort of result in this game, in fact, even if we score an away goal, this will probably go down as my favourite episode on camera ever of Football Manager. So far, this has been absolutely remarkable. I can't believe how the end of that last game went, and I've just about recovered in time for this one, but I might still be a little bit tongue-tied as we got a little bit of a kick clash. The highlight ends too quickly, so we don't see anything going on there, and 5 minutes in, we've held on so far. Free kick to Malmö, then here they come, 25 yards out, they go for a snapshot and it's a long way wide. No shots on target from either side yet, but we have had one of the 4 shots, so there's a little bit of positivity there. 15 minutes in, Lyndon Kane's got the ball on the right, it's a wayward ball, and it's going to be brought away on the counter. We're even bigger underdogs for this game, so we know this is going to be a big test. Malmö are bringing it through the middle. They've got that 4-2-3-1, which causes us so much trouble normally. But again, they're going from long distance, and if they keep doing that, unless they score an absolute screamer, we're still going to keep it 0-0. One thing I have noticed is I'm still on attacking. I don't know what on earth I'm doing there. Let's go to the counter-attack. We're going to be more disciplined, and we're also going to stick to positions as well. We do it occasionally in the bigger games, particularly in the Iron Brew Cup and things like that, where we start attacking for 20 minutes, just press, really close teams down, and then after 20, if we can get an early goal or two, we then calm down a bit. We tried it against Maribor last year and it worked. There's the shot again from Malmö as they get into the box and work the opening, but it's saved by the keeper, and they've had another free kick in from a wide area, but the header's just over. They've had plenty of chances so far, 9 shots in total, but they've been wasting them generally. Long ball upfield by the Malmö keeper. They've lost out in the air to Conor McManus, back to form today so far. But they're bringing it forward in the middle again, and that extra man is just making it so easy for them. And it's a good job Clucas is sitting a bit deeper. But it's not stopping them getting in behind. There they go into the box, and Johns is forced into another save before McManus clears it away to the left flank. They're right as they come forward, and here they go again with the crossing. Bergqvist, and Johns is going to go down as an own goal, and it's only an own goal because he made such a fantastic save the first time. He tipped it onto the bar and it just came back out and hit him. It's so unfortunate, and after what he did in the last game, where he made 3 or 4 remarkable saves, we can't say anything. But we are 1-0 down, and if we can get an away goal, it doesn't matter if we let in 2 or 3. But it's headed away to the edge, and they've had another good shot. They're getting closer from long range, but it's just wide again as we take the goal kick. If we can just lose by 1 or 2, we've got a chance. Clucas gets the ball into Hannah, and we've got the chance here, but he's hit it straight at the keeper. I was going to say not as good as the last game, but it was just about the same. But their keeper's a little bit better this time and doesn't palm it in for us. We can't expect to win this tie. It was a miracle we won the last one. But if we do get into the third qualifying round of the Europa League, we'll probably be seeded and get a chance at getting to a playoff against a team we might even be able to beat. We were seeded for the first qualifying round this year and we were unlucky to get Ostrava. We were seeded for the second qualifying round last year in the Europa League. As it comes to half-time, we played HB on that occasion and won the second leg 5-0 with ease. We're going to praise them. We're going to tell them to keep it up. We can't complain about a 1-0 defeat so far. If we lose 1-0 on the night, it's a great effort. We'd love to get an away goal. I'd rather lose 2-1 or 3-1, to be honest. But as it is, it's 1-0 and we've put up one hell of a fight so far. They're coming forward again on the left with a free kick. They've got it into the edge and that extra man's causing chaos again. They've got it into the edge of the box. Sarko with a shot, but it's straight at Johns. And the highlight ends with it still 1-0. John's with a goal kick. We're going to think about going to that 5-man midfield in a minute. We've got Harkin now, so we can do it. It's just about finding a way not to lose our threat on the counter-attack. As they bring it forward again, we're giving the ball away a bit easier. That's the thing that didn't happen against Ostrava. We took advantage of those long bits of possession. We didn't give the ball away quite as easily as we are today, as they've just run through the whole team, but luckily they've gone back again. Levicki into the edge of the box. Shabani's challenged by Robinson, but they're forward again, and luckily the shot goes way wide. And as he come up to the hour mark, we're still hanging on for a 1-0 defeat at the moment. But they've got a corner just a couple of minutes later. McManus heads it away. He's been brilliant so far, despite his lower rating. And he makes another challenge there, but it was offside. I thought it was going to be a penalty for a minute. Let's make a couple of those changes then. In fact, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way so we can get to as long as possible. Let's get rid of that. We want to go to our proper tactics screen, and we're going to fiddle around and try and get to a 4-5-1 here. So let's see who we can take off. McMahon's had a poor game. We'll leave Hannah up top on his own. We're going to put on a holding midfielder. I think Harkin's probably the best in that role. We'll have a look in a moment to see if that's the case though. We'll put him just in as a defending defensive midfielder. I'll try Klukas there just in case he's any better. I don't think he is. He isn't. So we're just going to play with the formation we've got there. Burns and Thompson will stay in the wide midfield areas. Dooley will come on that right-hand side for Thompson. We've got one more change. Klukas is on a yellow. I don't know if I want to risk taking him off though. We can't take any of the defence off despite the injuries, so I'm going to have to. We're going to bring Costello on for his debut. I don't know what his best role is in the midfield there. Advanced playmaker on support. I suppose we can do it now. We've got 3 in there. So we're going to confirm those 3 changes, and we're going to get back into the game for the last quarter of it. If we can get this result, I'll be so proud of the boys again. Not quite as proud as the last game, where I was more than proud. I was excited. But they've had 22 shots, and to only concede one's a good achievement. As we mentioned, we were seeded in the first Champions League draw this year, purely because we made it all the way to the playoff last season, and we'd overtaken those teams like Ostrava who had got knocked out early. But they're coming forward again on the left here with Sarfo. He's been a good man for them in the attacking midfield role. They've got it to the edge to Levicki, but he's put it flied over the bar. And with 10 minutes to go, we're still hanging on for the 1-goal defeat. And it gives us a chance at home where we've been absolutely brilliant. We beat Young Boys at home last season 3-2. We won 2-1 at home to Banik Ostrava. And if we can nick a 1-goal win, we'll be in with a shout. Although unfortunately, if we don't get the away goal, it won't be enough if we concede. They've got the ball out to left back again. They're causing us all sorts of chaos, but they're creating chances and not making the most of them. They come forward on the left again. They get the ball back to the edge of the box. They have a shot from distance, and thankfully they keep shooting from the edge, and it's a long way wide again. Coming into stoppage time, they've got a corner, just 1 minute of normal time left before it. Ball out to the edge. They've tried to shoot from distance again, and it's been an absolute blessing for us, the fact that they do, because their shooting's not been good from distance, and as a result, we've managed to hold on for 1 so far, with just 2 minutes of stoppage time left to hang on. They've got the ball up to the attacking areas. McManus again heads it away. I don't know why he's got a 6.2 rating. He's been really good in this game. They've got it forward again on the right. They're just laying it around us on the edge of the box, but they're not creating anything clear cut. They're just getting to the edge and then shooting like that, and it's going a long way wide, and we're holding out quite comfortably in the end. The 4 minutes are up. I'll be really annoyed if they score from this. Jacobson heads it over, and surely the whistle's got to go now. It has. We have lost the game 1-0, but it's such a brilliant performance again. They've worked so hard to keep us in this tie, and considering the gulf in terms of budget, professional status, quality and reputation, we have done absolutely brilliantly yet again. After the first video today, we could never top that. Probably the best game we've ever recorded on this channel so far. But what an episode overall. 2 monumental away performances against 2 massive sides. We're so proud of the lads for it. As I've mentioned, the Boa Vista job is still going. We haven't been turned down for it. It just hasn't been decided yet. If we go and look, we're still the favourite. I think we are 3-1. So it could be that was our last game again. We just never know at the moment. But that will be all from this episode. Obviously, if we don't get the Boa Vista offer, we'll be back with the next game against Malmo, followed by whichever game's next in Europe. We'll probably have 3 or 4 episodes at the start of this season from Europe, and then we'll get on with just 1 or 2 across the season from the league. But a massive thanks for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed that roller coaster ride as much as I did. Add a thumbs up to the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel for regular Football Manager content from this head coach series for the next week or so, followed by 2 brand new saves from FM18, which, as I've mentioned already, you can find out more from the video from last weekend, as well as FIFA 19 content every Friday, another lower league manager career save with Crew Alexandra. But a big thanks for watching as always, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, either at Boa Vista for our new job, or in the second leg of this Malmo tie, where we've just got a chance of sneaking a result.